Students, let us study in this part magnetic properties of lanthanoids in detail. The learning expected outcome is clarity of magnetic properties. Before to begin actual topic, I like to ask a question. Is a material like oxygen a magnet, iron a magnet? Then generally you will answer no, they are not a magnet. Yes, they are not a perfect magnet, but magnetism remains within them. Who is responsible for magnetism? Yes, electron. Why electron is responsible for magnetism? Because we know the basis of electromagnetism. If any charged species moves, then as per right hand rule or left hand rule, if a thumb indicates direction of current, then curly finger will represent the magnetic lines of induction, means current, flow of charged species and magnetism are related to each other. They are inseparable. So electron is also charged species. Do you think electron is calm and quiet in atom or ion or any compound? Not at all. Electron has different kind of motions. Because of speed of the electron behaves like tiny magnet. So during today's discussion or in today's discussion, my first point explanation is electron is a tiny magnet, and because of electron, magnetism is exhibited, is revealed or is shown by element, ions or compounds. But if unpaired electron remains, then it is responsible for magnetic moment. Okay, means if electron has a speed, then what kinds of speed electron do have? What kinds of motion electron do have? Now my point number 3 is electron exhibits two kinds of motion. Number 1, spin motion. That's the intrinsic quantum number of the electron. That is called spin angular motion. And other kind of motion, electron can shift angularly from one kind of the orbital to other orbital, say px orbital to py orbital, dxy orbital to dx square minus y square orbital. That shifting is called angular shifting. That motion is called angular motion, and due to that motion we say electron exhibits two motions. Number 1, spin motion, and number 2, orbital motion. Okay, now I am coming to point number 4. Because of influence of the surrounding, because of influence of the ligand, the orbital motion of electron can be disturbed, can be quenched. But in case of lanthanides, what happens? Characteristic magnetic property deciding electrons are in 4f orbital, and that 4f orbital is pre-penultimate orbital, is inner orbital, and those 4f electrons are well protected by outer electrons in 5s orbital, outer electrons in 5p orbital, and they are not disturbed. So if they are not disturbed, then orbital motion will not be quenched. If orbital motion is not quenched, then scientifically we need to consider its contribution along with spin motion. Now I am coming to point number 5. There is one formula to calculate magnetic moments of lanthanoids, considering both motion, spin as well as orbital. What is that formula? Mu magnetic moment is equal to g, small g, in square root of j into j plus 1, and unit for the answer is Bohr magneton. What is G? G is a Landau splitting parameter. It is called gyrometric ratio, or simply we will say G is a Landau's constant. To find the value of G, one formula is there. G is equal to 1 plus j into j plus 1 plus s into s plus 1 minus l into l plus 1 divided by 2j into j plus 1. So as system changes, as ion changes, value of G will change. Accordingly, answer for mu magnetic moment also will change. How to find value of S? S means total spin. How to find value of L? Total angular momentum. How to find value of J? That J can be modulus of, means absolute value of L minus S or L plus S in ground state I am seeing. This formula was suggested by Hund, and what Hund said, J is equal to L minus S if electronic configuration is less than half a field. For f orbital, what is a half field electronic configuration? F7, means less than 7 if electrons are there, then J is equal to L minus S, and J is equal to L plus S if more than half field electronic configuration is there, means more than F7 electronic configuration, J is equal to L plus S. Of course, absolute value we need to consider. This is ground state value, low energy value for J. And this formula explains very properly the observed magnetic moments of tripositive lanthanoids except samarium 3+ and europium 3+. Actual graphical presentation of variation of magnetic moments is represented in this graph. What do you find in this graph? At the beginning, little increase is there up to 3 to 4 Bohr magneton, or between 3 to 4 Bohr magneton. Then decrease. Again there is a large increase and then decrease. So conclusively, lanthanum plus 3 magnetic moment is 0 because no unpaired electron. Lutetium plus 3 magnetic moment is 0 because no unpaired electron. And where there are maximum number of unpaired electron, means that is a gadolinium, it is not the highest in magnetic moment. It indicates only unpaired electrons are not responsible for magnetic moment. We need to consider orbital angular contribution. So what is our point number 8? If spin only contribution would have been there, then by dotted line at gadolinium plus 3, maximum value of the magnetic moment should be there and it should decrease up to lutetium 3 plus. But it is not there. It means orbital motion has contribution in deciding magnetic properties of lanthanoids. Okay, now my point number 9. The smooth core has two peaks. One peak is between praseodymium and neodymium, and range value is between 3 to 4 Bohr magneton. And other peak is between dysprosium 3 plus and holmium 3 plus, and maximum value or second peak value is between 10 and 11 Bohr magneton. It means lower lanthanoids have less magnetic moment. The lanthanoids which have less than F7 electronic configuration, their magnetic moment is low. Why for? Because orbital angular momentum and spin angular momentum, they oppose each other, and therefore total or net value of J is less. Accordingly, magnetic moment is less. On the other hand, for higher lanthanoids, heavier lanthanoids, we are finding magnetic moment is large. It is because the orbital angular momentum and spin angular momentum, they act together, and because of that, net value of coupling constant, Russell-Saunders coupling constant, net value of capital J increases, resulting high magnetic moments. So what is my point number 10? Lower lanthanoids have less magnetic moment due to opposition between L and S, and heavier or higher lanthanoids have high magnetic moment due to L and S acting together. So lanthanoids have extraordinarily high magnetic moment, and this high magnetic moment property is used in preparing strong magnets, in preparing electromagnets. For that, study of magnetism of lanthanoids is important from industrial application point of view. Is it clear to you? In next part, we will discuss other property of lanthanoids, and that is none other than colors and spectra of lanthanoids.